All right. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday. And it is the first full day of summer. Yeah, I don't feel any different either. It's the same as it has been, right? Hot the past several days. At least there's a couple of chances to maybe improve that for part of the weekend and part of next week as well. More on that coming up in a few moments. Hope you guys are doing well. Wave meteorologist Brian Goode. Welcome to the blog today, which is going to be ever changing on its topics. I know lately it's just been about dry weather and hot temperatures and poor air quality. Most of that I'm going to be repeating again for today coming up as well. As we evolve through this Friday, hopefully get a chance to get out there and enjoy some of the at least dry weather while it's working against us on gardens, at least dry without sweating like crazy, right? Okay, so several things I want to cover. First off, let's take a look at the air quality. That is something that is still an issue for those that have any type of respiratory issue, asthma, COPD, emphysema. Just take it easy as you venture out. You can see it's got that very hazy look right now into downtown. Current values coming in already into the moderate range into the metro. I'll show you where those are, just about every sensor, in fact, from New Albany over to J-Town. Coming in at moderate levels. Again, usually it's the afternoon into the evening. That's when it really spikes to that cold orange level. And we rarely get into the red. We did with a couple of times with some of the air quality alerts the past few years, but certainly we did a few times with the Canadian wildfire smoke last year. That brought us to red levels. You don't see that too often. But still, air quality alert out the way through the midnight hour tonight. And it may get extended tomorrow. We'll see. Okay, I was trying to give a moment for a lot of you to get in because here's the deal. I have something to share with you guys, some news. Now, here's the deal. I can't tell you what that news is yet. I will be able to, though, coming up in about an hour and a half, about 90 minutes on TV on the midday show. I will let you guys know what that is. I'll give you a clue to get you guys prepared ahead of the game. As a thank you for watching early. Get your phones out and be ready to go. All right, so get your phones out, get ready to watch for the main weather coming up on midday. So those of you that are loyal and watching the vlog every single day, you are the first right now to know this. So I don't know if you want to tell anybody or not. Anyway, just wanted to share that with you guys. So more on that coming up on midday today. Michelle, don't do that to us. Hey, look. It's part of the TV thing too. I get excited, wanted to give you some kind of a nugget, but I can't tell you everything yet. Yeah, a lot of legal stuff, I assume. So make sure again, midday, I'll let you guys know. All right. So what was I doing? Oh yeah, weather. 7 days so far at 90 or higher. We will hit that here very soon. In fact, so we'll be able to get that to 8 days coming up here. Obviously by the midday hour or so, because we're already 83 outside. 83, still got enough humidity around that it's going to make a difference for the next few hours. Then we'll see it kind of close in The temperature and the heat index will get fairly close together, both not great. I mean, mid upper 90s. But at the moment of the day, like this portion, mid morning or so, that's when you have a little bit more of a gap of the temperature range of the heat index. So you'll feel the humidity a bit more for this morning. All right, radar's quiet. Don't worry about those blips flying on by, but everything's good. We're going to stay dry today. So if you have to be out or you got plans to be at the pool and you don't want rain, then hey, it works out for you. For those of us that need some rainfall, and that's quite a few of us, everything's starting to turn brown. Probably you've noticed. We're going to have to wait a bit. More on that in a second. Quick update on the tropics for those that have vacation plans heading to the south. There is still this tropical low that is southeast of Savannah, Georgia, not far from Charleston, South Carolina. Now, they have flown into it. They cannot find it completely closed off the center yet to give it a tropical designation, but they're flying into it again for midday. So they may determine that very soon, even right up to the moment that it will cross over land in southeast Georgia and Florida there. So it could still get a tropical depression status and possibly even a storm. The next name on the list would be Burl. And if we don't get it then we could get it here. The Yucatan Peninsula already developing its next low pressure, up to 60% chance now of development with this one. If we were to say get Burl on the one off the Carolina coast, then the next one would be Chris. They'll be fighting it out. All right, for us, though, we are keeping an eye on just showers and storms to the north. It's a front coming our way. It's going to kick up some severe weather today across spots that are quite used to it. Rochester, Minnesota, all the way over to just north of Omaha, Nebraska. All right, now tomorrow that will shift a little more into the upper Midwest near Chicagoland. So if you have plans by air towards Chicago, it's been a little rough for them this year on travel delays. So always check ahead on that. And then we get into Sunday, and we are in a severe risk, low end, marginal. It's been a while, but we are in one for Sunday. And there's still looking to be two different ways to get storms here on Sunday. For today, though, I'm not worried about it. It's all about the heat that we're talking about. We'll try to cool down tonight. It's going to be very difficult, especially in the city of Louisville, to get much below 80 tonight. We'll get into tomorrow. Same ordeal. Starting off a little bit of patchy fog, hazy, hot, humid. As Belsky would always say, you have to add in the fourth H sometimes, which is hopeless in these kind of patterns that we have set up here. So a little better chance for a pop-up storm on Saturday, tomorrow. It's small, but it is there. More importantly, you start to get storms that will blossom on the radar from whatever happens in around Chicago as we get into Saturday. They will weaken as they slide to the south and east, but it'll be a boundary that will make it to about the Ohio River. And there is a chance that boundary would either still be awake on its approach, as it still has some rain with it. It'll try to connect, or band of thunder. But if it doesn't, it will likely be the focal point for the afternoon round that will then develop. So you could get rain from a fading line of downpours and thunderstorms, especially in Indiana. You may get that very early on Sunday morning. Otherwise, we'll have to wait until the afternoon for that boundary to heat back up again, to charge back up, and then round two will then form. But this is not likely to be a completely solid line here. This is going to be convective and very blotchy, if you will. So that does mean that some of you will be completely missed on any rain out of this front. So I'm hoping you get it, but be prepared for the idea you may not. All right. So I don't want you guys to go crazy on overwatering on your plants or anything just yet. But that's the two time periods that we need to watch. And we'll just kind of take that one step at a time as we head through the weekend. All right. Now, as far as looking ahead, the heat does build back in early next week, although we're going to get very close to what we call MCS land. A lot of storm systems complexes will begin to break out here into the Midwest and to the Mississippi Valley, and then race to the south and east. We will be in that zone, it looks like. There's a chance we could get some activity in here as early as Monday afternoon night. Slightly better opportunity to see that chance kick up as we into late Tuesday into Wednesday. The Euro likes the idea of really the Wednesday time period. This actually would be an entire fading area, almost like a squall line, that would be racing and feeding on high dew points in the southeast corner of the country. These are not unusual. You do get these a little more in midsummer, but they can be big rain and wind producers. So something to monitor. It's just that timing. Boy, it's tough with these. You could be off by 12 hours, if not more, on a forecast like this, even this close in range. So bear with us on that. The rain chance is probably going to keep getting adjusted between that Monday and Wednesday time period. There may be some ups and downs on the spikes as we get a better idea of how many waves and ripples will pass through. After it does, yes, there is still that glimmer of hope for us to have a cool down, at least to drop the humidity quite a bit for the middle of next week. It doesn't last, though. The ridge builds right back in, and we're back into the 90s. Yay. Once more. All right, let me get you right into the severe risk from CSU. It looks kind of weird. Let me show you that full screen. You don't need to worry about so much. Really, I mean, there's Sunday's outlook. I mean, it's a very low-end risk right across Kentucky, nothing major. We're fine Monday, and there we go. There's the Midwest where the MCS is, the spike in the severe risk is near Louisville, and then an even bigger one around Chicago. And then it's east of us Wednesday, which basically just tells us that this is a late Tuesday night into Wednesday on its approach. So at least there's some severe risk from CSU. Storm Prediction Center has not gone with that idea yet, but they could. They could as we get closer. We got plenty of time on that one. Plenty, which is good. All right, let's get right into the entire 10-day. And you'll be able to see we've got 98 today, 97 tomorrow, and then there's that storm chance on Sunday. Again, a little pocket of heat that does build back in as we head into Tuesday, right ahead of those storms. Again, if we do get up to 98, those storms really could pack a punch on the wind potential there. So we need to watch that for Tuesday and Wednesday next week. And then a slight drop, and nothing dramatic, mid upper 80s, because there we go. We're back into the mid 90s, if not upper 90s, down the road. All right, everyone good? Hey, Wayne, I hope you're doing well. 132 days till the winter forecast. You know, I take it back. I was going to say I haven't even started to look at anything, but I did. I did look the other day, and I'll share that news soon because I always like to do like a midsummer update of how things are looking. So I will do a post on that soon. I promise, Wayne. Austin, will we ever be in a typical summertime pattern? We're basically there now with the pop-up storms. It's the high is placed a little differently. The high is actually over us versus more toward Bermuda. That's why we call it the Bermuda high. So that leans to a little more of a pop-up setup. So the high being right over us just means there's a lot of sinking air right now. So that leads to poor air quality, and it leads to the idea that we can't get storms to form. So you're right in a sense that we're almost, it's a pattern we see often, but the high pressure is a little different right now. So you are correct in observing that it's not typical of a placement. You are right on that. So very good, Austin. All right, guys, I got to run and get ready for what I'm about to say coming up on midday. It's good news. It's all good news. I promise. All right, guys. I'll stop. I'll see you. See, look, I'm already clicking things, getting all excited. All right, I'll see you guys coming up on midday. Take care.